Hey, Shalom. Just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and that do teach well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect, and much love unto the Akim that's out there pushing this truth in sincerity and not for vainglory. Also, shalom to the hopeful elect. Earlier today I was just rummaging through my basement, doing some cleaning up, and I stumbled across my old video games that I used to play as a child, and came across this one game called Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, which is that's what I'm going to title this lesson. And I remember playing this game as a kid, and I used to get scared of it. And there was a very dark atmosphere, or a dark feeling that you would get, a dark vibe when you would play this game, man. And now, now as an adult, when I look back at the game, I realize this is the splitting image of Genesis, the sixth chapter. Basically ripped off this guy that created the game, well, one of the directors of the game, who had a major role in actually developing the game. His name is Dennis Dyack. He basically stole the character from the Bible, man. Genesis 4th chapter, going into Cain and the legacy that he left behind. And it's true, when you read this description here, it's true. Cain was a fallen nobleman, man, because he did come from a noble family. Came from Adam, and he was a brother of Abel, which he murdered later on. But yes, he was a nobleman, man. He was a wicked one, if you think about it. When you put into that, because he knew the law, he knew the oral law, he knew what you had to do when it came to serving Yahweh Shai, but he just chose not to go to serve the Lord properly. So he was a wicked nobleman when you really think about it. And you see how when he gets exiled by Yahweh Shai into the land of Nod, he ends up creating a city, and he names it after his son, Enoch. So this guy, he was a lord. He wasn't just some cream puff. He was a lord in wickedness. And that's what the game goes into. And this game is about him reclaiming his noble stature and getting all his enemies. And really the enemies that he's trying to kill are really the angels, man. Now it says here it's godlike sorcerers, but in the game they say his enemies are the seraphims. And we know seraphims, they're angels. And that translates onto us Israelites, because we're angels down here too. All right, we're angels down here in these decrepit bodies, but we're angels. So that's Esau trying to get his birthright back. That's what this game is really about. Or Cain, Esau. It's really synonymous. You both are the same, because you Edomites, you're Cain reincarnated. You have that same spirit of Cain, that murder-like spirit. Now it says Blood Omen Legacy of Kain is an action-adventure game developed by Silicon Knights and published by Crystal Dynamics, with distribution involvement from Activision and BMG Interactive. It was released for PlayStation in 1996, and a Microsoft Windows port was developed by Semi-Logic Entertainment and released jointly by Crystal Dynamics and Activision in 1997. The game is the first title in the Legacy of Kain series. Now, here's a little bit of a backstory. Now, before I do that, I want to show you the guy that had a big role in developing the actual game. His name is Dennis Dyack, and funny thing, he's Canadian too. He's actually from St. Catharines. That's not too far from where I'm from, and I'm familiar with St. Catharines. I've actually lived there, and he's from there. And it says here, Dennis Dyack graduated with a Bachelor's of Physical Education degree from Brock University, HBSc in Computer Science from Brock University, and a Master's of Science. And we know school is a breeding ground for initiates, right? It's a recruiting center for these people who for masons or for witches and warlocks, man. And I'm familiar with Brock University. I went there. It says from the University of Guelph, Dyack co-founded Silicon Knights in 1992, and the company's early games were developed for DOS, Atari ST, and Amiga computers, transitioning to console development in 1996 with Blood Omen, the legacy of Kain, for the original PlayStation. So, yeah, for you to do that, this guy, he's pretty much high up there. He's a co-founder, a developer. He's all those things. Remember, it says here, he's a video game designer, writer, director, and producer. So if you hold all these titles, you have to be high up there. And you have to be dabbling on the left. To be all these things, you have to dabble into the left. And it shows by his artwork and the writing of the story, man. Look at this is the actual game itself, Blood Omen 2. This is the one I had for PS2. But this is what you do in the game, man. You suck the life force out of your kills, out of your prey, and your life meter is a meter of blood, and it runs low. If you don't do enough killing, you'll eventually die and run out of blood. So you constantly in the game you constantly have to be killing people, and then you level up your powers through sorcery and magic. So this guy, man, he's a warlock. And this is how he looks in real life. I thought I'd share this. It's pretty interesting. Well, for me anyways, because I didn't know I had this. I forgot about this. Yeah, so this is how he looks. And he's a nerd, right? He looks like a nerd. And when you walk past him, if you walk past this guy on the street, you wouldn't think he can actually do anything. You think you can punk him. But this guy is dabbling into some magic, man. And it shows because of how he brings forth this demonic entertainment live on the screen. You know, it shows that the spiritual demon Satan is working with this guy. You know, how do you come up with this shit? Think about that. You have to be inspired on the left. So yeah, so that's all I really want to bring out from that. Now let me go into the story a little. Actually, let me go into the story a little. It says, in Blood Omen, the player follows Kain, a slain nobleman, newly resurrected as a vampire, seeking revenge against his murderers and a cure to his vampiric curse. Kain is tasked with traversing the fictional land of Nosgoth and slaughtering the Circle of Nine, a corrupt oligarchy of godlike sorcerers, but slowly begins to forsake humanity and view his transformation as a blessing. Which Kain was cursed when you go into it. But I want to get the word vampire here. It says spectral being in a human body who maintains semblance of life by leaving the grave at night to suck the warm blood of the living as they sleep. Right? And yeah, man, to be a vampire, you have to be of the night. You do. Scriptures actually talk about that when you go into let's go into 1 Thessalonians here. Talks about that. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 4. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. You are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. And this is actually going into the knowledge that you have, and not being ignorant, and being really illuminated. That's what it means by being children of the light, knowing who you are and knowing who your power is. But it can also this darkness of not knowing who you are can also pertain to you Edomites, man. I'm just saying, because you're of this world and you're of the night, right? You're of the night. Okay, you're of the night, and that's when a vampire comes out. The freaks come out at night, and they do wicked stuff. Now, a part of our people, some of our people, they're a part of the night too, and they're the ones that are being fed on by you Edomites, man. Primarily you elites. All right, but I just found that interesting, and that brought that scripture to mind there about being a part of the night. And you Edomites, you're not shy of blood either. The scriptures actually talk about that. This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 6. When I mean you Edomites, I'm talking about you children of Cain as well, because that same spirit is in you. That Cain spirit. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, power. And the Lord, he's swearing upon himself here. So just keep that in mind. I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Yeah, you Edomites, you don't hate blood. You have a natural born bloodlust. You have to shed blood. You have to shed blood. It's just in your DNA to do that. Everywhere you go, you bring death. That's how you're successful. You bring death, man. You kill people. Whether you kill them physically with the sword and you give them a swift death, or you kill them slowly through your philosophies, through your doctrines that you have, your democracy, that gives you a slow death. A death of the mind, man. You have biological warfare that you use. So you're not shy of blood. You love to kill. You love to destroy. Everywhere you go, you destroy, man. It's just in your DNA. And by the way, that's your blessing. Going back to Genesis, man, shall live by the sword. So because of this, because you didn't hate blood, now blood will pursue you. And that means you're going to go down violently. By Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. So verse 7, it says, Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. So the Lord, he's going to destroy Mount Seir. And Mount Seir is a people before it is a place. And who dwells in Mount Seir? You Edomites, man. You Edomites. You Edomites, man. Mount Seir, you know where that is? Georgia, Russia. Caucasus Mountains. That's why you call yourselves Caucasians. Go look it up. Verse 8, And I will fill his mountains with slain men, in thy hills and in thy valleys. So a lot of you Edomites are gonna die, man. A lot of you Edomite men, because it says men. That's plural. Men. So a lot of you Edomite men are gonna die, man. That's the prophecy. In thy hills and in thy valleys and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. Because the Lord, he's coming back as a grim reaper. And he's coming back as a harvester. He's going to harvest the good fruit, which is his elect. And then he's going to get to killing. He's going to have a field day on you Edomites and you other nations too. I didn't forget about you other nations, man. The Lord's going to have a field day on you as well. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy city shall not return. So you will not rise from the ashes like the phoenix. You will not rise. So this quest, okay, the legacy of Cain, your legacy is to really be destroyed. And this game has it actually twisted, because this guy, he's trying to fight for his legacy. He's trying to get his noble stature back. But when you read in the scriptures and you filter this, he isn't going to get it. So this is just a figment of Esau's imagination on what he really dreams of. And that's the developer. I'm going to blame this guy, Dennis Dyack, because he's a writer of it. And you also have Ken McCullough. Right? You Edomites, man. You're going down, man. You ain't going to get no redemption. You're going to die, man. You're going to be slain. It's coming back. Yeah. And I'll give you credit, Esau. You're a lord. You are. You're a lord. You are a lord. When you go back to Genesis, the 36th chapter, the dukes of Edom, you are a lord. But that doesn't mean you're the right lord to rule. That doesn't mean you're the right person to rule this place. That's our birthright. You can be a lord, but that doesn't mean you're the right lord. You have lords on the left, and you have lords on the right. And that's why you love living in these big mansions, man. You love living in those big mansions, which you're supposed to right now. What does the word mansion mean? Okay. Oh, good. That's a spirit. Mansion, chief residence of a lord. Stay, permanent abode, house, habitation, home, mansion, state, situation. Night quarters. Night quarters. A remaining, staying, any large and stately house. That's why you have a big house. And how did you get that big house? You stole it. And if you didn't steal it, your ancestors did. They stepped on a lot of people's toes. They killed people. They murdered families, ruined lives, spread misery. And at the end of the day, you're living on stolen land. So you're not off the hook, man. Not off the hook. So that's the chief resident of a lord, a duke. And you Edomites, you live in good places. And just levels of you dukes of Edom, man. You have levels. You have the super wealthy, you have the wealthy, you have the super rich, and then you have the rich, then you have the middle class. You dukes of Edom, man, on you different levels. That's why when you go to these Edomites neighborhoods, they're looking at you funny, like, what the fuck are you doing there? And they live in these big houses. They have vineyards, right? And you know what? I'm happy for you. I hope you enjoy it. I really do, because it's gonna be taken away real soon. It's gonna be taken away. Now, I already covered that. So now let's look at Esau blessing. So Genesis chapter 27 verse 40, this is your blessing that Isaac gave you. Isaac in the reincarnation is Yahushai. So Yahushai gave you the blessing, and Yahushai is going to take away the blessing. The good Lord giveth, and the good Lord taketh away, man. So who do you really have to give the credit to? Yahweh Shem Yahushai at the end of the day. Remember, everything was created by him and created for him. So he created you for that day of destruction. He created you to get that blessing, which is the sword. Everything is created for him, by him and for him. Never forget that. So Genesis 27 and 40, and by thy sword shalt thou live. That's right. So killing, you gotta live. So by killing, you gotta live. And that's the game, man. That's the game. You see this? I'll see if I can find a picture. That's what you do in the game. This is how you level up. You gotta do sorcery. You gotta drink blood, and then he powers up. You see that red glow? That's how he powers up. He gets his power. That's how he's living. Well, there's this is it. By the sword thou shalt live. So you gotta kill people to live. See, I'm drinking blood. Drinking blood. And he's in that cloak. Yeah, man. Scriptures don't lie. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother. That's right. So you're going to serve us. You're a servant. You are a servant. And you know it deep down in your spirit. You know you're a servant. You know you are. You're angry inside. Even though you try to hide it so much, you know you're a servant deep down. Your woman knows it. Your kid knows it. Everybody knows it. Thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And you had your time of freedom to get away. But now the yoke is going to come back on your neck. You're going back into chains. Back into chains. So, yeah. So, what else do I got here? Let's get the story of Kain, man. Because what does Kain mean? It's a weapon. Let's get Genesis chapter 4, verse 1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from Yahweh. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And Cain was really a man of the field too. And it shows. You go to their different cities. I remember Brampton. Well, Brampton no more. Brampton shit now. It used to be nice, but I remember it used to be like the flower town. And these Edomites, they took pride. They take pride in planting their vineyards. They take pride in planting their flowers, and it looks good. It looks beautiful. So this guy, he's a husbandman. He's a tiller of the earth. He can grow vegetables, grow crops. These Edomites are into that shit, man. Right? And obviously we are a keeper of the sheep. Okay, and we are plain men. We keep to ourselves. Right? Abel represents Jacob. Cain represents Esau. Anyway, it says, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. So he came from Adam and Eve. So, these are two noble people that the Lord put on here, the chosen. So if you come from noble people, guess what? By default, you're going to be a nobleman. Okay, so this guy, he was a nobleman. I'll give him that. I'll give him that credit. He was a nobleman. He was of high stature because you come from high people. Now, he wasn't a nobleman in the spirit because he was wicked, right? But in a carnal sense, he was. So you can give him that. You can give Cain that. Verse 3, and in the process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto Yahweh. Now this is the wrong offering. Now the Lord requires you a blood sacrifice, which is an animal, whether it be a sheep or goat, turtle doves, right? You're supposed to give an unblemished lamb out of your flocks. But this guy, he decided to give fruits and vegetables, man. The hell is wrong with this guy? So this guy's corrupt. So verse 4, and Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof, and Yahweh had respect unto Abel and to his offering. Yeah, that's because it was the right thing. And this shows you that they had the law. They knew it was right. They knew it was wrong. Obviously, because they're fulfilling the law here. Okay, so Cain, he knew better, and he came from a noble line. So he knew better, man. He knew better, but he chose to do wrong because that's how he's supposed to. He is. That's how he's supposed to be. So it says here, and Abel, I never read that. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect, and Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. Even though he did the wrong thing, he still was upset and bitter about it. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? And these are all questions, man. And this is where you begin to see the Lord, he's playing that role of a judge. He's going to trap him in his words. And that's all you got to do. You got to ask questions. Especially around people who are stupid, man. You got to ask questions. Just ask questions. That's how you confound a know-it-all. You ask them questions, hard questions, and also simple questions too. And if they can't answer, they'll stumble and hang themselves, man. And that's what you're going to see. That's what a judge does. If thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted? That's another question. So if you did the right thing, I would have accepted you, don't you think? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. That's right. So that's what was lying at the door, and he had to pay for that. That's transgression of the law, and he did transgress the law. Because a part of the law, you have to give a sacrifice, a blood sacrifice. And he didn't do that. He did not do that. Now, it says here, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. No, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah, okay, my bad. Kind of got confounded there. Verse 7, if thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted, and if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? So, this guy, he was an asshole. He was a scumbag, man. He's a murderer, a liar, and a thief. Because he took a life away, man. He took the life away of one of Yahushai's creatures, man. Favorite creatures. So here's Cain. Let's get the word Cain here. Kain. Now let's go into the root word here. Let's go into the root word. Kain. It means a spear. It says a lance as a striking fast spear. So this guy is a spear. It's a knife, a dagger, a weapon. This guy is a weapon. And that's all he did. He's a weapon of mass destruction, a WMD. And that is the so-called white man, you Edomites. Remember, Esau, you got the blessing of the sword. So, you are Cain reincarnated. And you are a weapon of mass destruction. Wherever you go, you bring death. Wherever you bring your democracy, your philosophy, the nations perish. That's why you had something to call the Arab Spring. You have all these Arab countries wanting to accept democracy, and now they're paying for it because their way of life, their economy, and everything is going down, man. Their women are whores, a bunch of degenerates. Now they're upset. Look at this place, North America. It used to be a beautiful place, a lot of trees, a lot of fresh air. Now you have smog and pollution, Wi-Fi, electromagnetic radiation. Right? People's minds are destroyed. A lot of these women are feminists, man. Even the ones that claim not to be feminists, they still have that feminist attitude, buck up against you. This place is whack, man. Out of order. And that's because of you. You're a WMD, a weapon of mass destruction. The Lord created you to be this way. Yep. And Cain, and the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? Which the Lord knew anyway. And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And you got to watch Cain, man. Cain, these Edomites, man, they'll lie to your face. Remember, they lied to God himself. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai himself. They lied to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai himself, man. Just take that in. You lied to the power of all powers. You lied to his face. You said, I don't know. I'm not his keeper. Damn. You Edomites are deadly, yo. You Edomites are deadly. Damn. And he said, what hast thou done? You're wicked too. That's wicked. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. Yeah, because when Abel died, he went up to the spirit world, and now he's actually complaining to the Lord. Look at my dead body. Oh, you see my dead body there? This motherfucker killed me. Are you gonna revenge me? Avenge me? I need some revenge. So that's what it means. And that happens to the saints today. A lot of people you've killed, man, through genocide. You shoot unarmed civilians on the street with your cops because you have a license to kill. A lot of you Edomites get away with murder. And when you do commit murder and get caught, when you do commit murder and you get caught, you get a slap on the wrist. The incident with Trayvon Martin. Oh yeah, there was a big a trial that went on, I believe, last year. With this Edomite female cop who went into a guy's house and shot him. It was a black man, a so-called black man. She just shot an armed man in his own home. And then she, what was her defense? Oh, I didn't know that was. I thought that was my home. And then she ends up getting off. So that's you Edomites. Now here's the curse, verse 11. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood. Yeah, because the earth is defiled now. You shed the blood of an innocent person. Now the land is defiled. From thy hand, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. That's why you need fertilizers for your crops. This earth is not yielding at its yielding at first at its it's not yielding its full strength. Right? The food has no nutrition in it. You have to supplement, get vitamins. The animals are much smaller than how they used to be. The earth is not in its prime. It's not like at its state as it was in the garden. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. So you're a criminal. A fugitive is a criminal. Fugitive. One who flees, a runaway, a fugitive from justice, an outlaw. And Esau is an outlaw. And you show, and you know it proves in your show, man. In your shows that you make, you got Sons of Anarchy, got The Sopranos, bunch of fugitives, man, bunch of criminals, man, bunch of scumbags, man. You got a show called Incorporated. Check that show out. It's a fairly new show. think season 2 is about to start up. But shows you about how these people are in the corporate world. They're just a bunch of criminals, man. A bunch of fugitives. A bunch of damn running away from justice, man. You know, they flee, hiding their crimes away. Crimes against humanity. That's you Edomites, man. And you're still running away. That's why you say, oh, you complain of an ungodly father. You say, oh, well, that was my fathers who committed those crimes in the past. I didn't have anything to do with slavery. I didn't do it because you're a damn fugitive, man. And you know it, man. You're a damn criminal, and you're reaping the benefits of what your forefathers have done. And you're going to pay real soon, man. You're going to pay. People are going to pay. You're going to pay, man. Now, let me finish up here. And a vagabond. A vagabond is a wanderer. It doesn't mean somebody that's... somebody that wanders from place to place. They don't have a home. And that's right. That's right, Cain. That's right, Esau. You are a fallen nobleman that doesn't have a home, a true home. You have no true culture. Shall thou be in the earth? And Cain said unto the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yoshai, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. That's right, you ain't going to have the knowledge of the Lord either. And that's why you dabble into witchcraft. Sorcery. Sorcery. Because the face of Yahweh Bashem Yoshai is hidden from you, man. The mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. And guess what? Those mysteries are revealed unto us. Starting with the prophets. The apostles and prophets on down. And that's right, guess what? They're the ones that you call bums on the streets. Wearing potato sacks. That's what you people coined them to be, right? They're the ones that are given the mystery, not you. Not you. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. Yeah, because everybody's going to know that you're a filthy degenerate. And you know, we're heading into that time. A lot of, you know, we're seeing that now. Everybody knows who the damn devil is. Everybody's mad at Gringo. Everybody knows that this guy is a devil. Whether these nations want to admit it or not, because they want to be politically correct, and you know they want to stay comfortable in here, but they know you're a damn devil. They know you're a damn devil. And the only reason why these women of the other nations get with you is because it's just a status thing, man. It's just a power play, you know, because they get the benefits of what you have. Same with these men that go with these different women, the men of the other nations. They go with these Edomite women, man. It's a status thing. You know, you come to America, you get a blonde wife, you get a blonde girlfriend, right? And you have fun, right? That's what this place is about. And it's the truth, man. It's the truth. That everyone that findeth me shall slay me. Everybody wants to get a piece of this devil. And Yahweh said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. Now this is another this is a punishment that people are going to receive if they kill Cain. Right? If they kill Cain. That's why when you commit crimes against Edomites, you know you get the whole book thrown at you. And it's a fact, because I know in American, you know, their judicial system, if a Jake kills an Edomite, he's going to do life in jail, or he's going to get the death penalty. But if a Jake kills his own people, he's going to do less time. So that's why a lot of you Jakes that are into crime and whatever, you don't fuck with Edomites. You don't fuck with Edomites because you're going to do more time, and you're going to get a severe punishment. And it shows you Jake knows what power is, man. You know who's in power right now. You know this devil's in power. You know these cops can just blow you away. You know what the deal is. Fucking gangbangers, man. You bunch of pathetic, man. Like you hustlers, you fucking gangbangers, man. Pieces of shit, man. You pimps, whoremongers out there. You know who Esau is. You know he'll fuck you up. But yet you prey upon your own people, and the Lord's going to judge you too. Gonna judge you too. Deadbeat dads, you fucking pimps. Low lives, man. Verse 16. And Cain went out from the presence of Yahweh. Oh no, I didn't finish this. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any any finding him should kill him, and that mark is leprosy. That's leprosy, the mark of leprosy, because his pigment was taken away, and that's how you distinguish who Kain is. Just like you Edomites, you clean lepers, man. You have no pigment. You have no melanin. You have no melanin. Everybody on this earth has melanin except you. So that's a mark. Everybody knows who a white guy is. Right? And Cain went out from the presence of Yahweh and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. I believe Nod, what does Nod mean? Nawad, okay. Wandering, yeah, because you are a vagabond, you're a wanderer. The land to which Cain fled or wandered after the murder of Abel. Yeah, and he built up a city there. A wandering city. And Nod represents America now, because this place is for wanderers, man. You can do anything you want here. You can wander into any philosophy, be whoever you want, do drugs, sniff coke lines out of a woman's ass, right? And you women that like to sniff coke too, you sniff coke off of men's rods and shit. Yeah, and they showed you that in the movie Wolf on Wall Street. We know how you people get down here, man. People are dirty, yo. So anyway, with that, I hope this was edifying. You know, it was a bit long, but you know what? We have time, and we should go into the scriptures more. So I hope this was edifying. Until next time, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. With that, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Baba Bal, Shalom.